is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2, Welcome to DBL. It's Tuesday, May 11th. I'm Lindsay in for Tori here with Al and Jeff today. Hey, guys.
Did you see that fade in?
I did.
It looked like a filter, like we had on our phone or something. Cool.
So we got a little movie theme going on today. We all just lived through basically Outbreak, and our first story sounds like it's straight out of a Tom Clancy movie. But instead of Patriot games, this is gas games. Gas stations up and down the East Coast have closed their pumps, and there are long lines of cars from North Carolina even declaring a state of emergency. It's all because a computer hacker shut down a critical pipeline that runs all the way from Texas to New Jersey, which transports about 45% of the fuel used on the East Coast. The president has promised swift action, saying the Department of Energy is working to get the pipeline up by the end of the week. But how does this even happen? A Russian hacking group known as DarkSide is said to be responsible for launching a ransomware attack, holding the pipeline hostage until the company pays a ransom. But some are saying the U.S. should do much more. Here's what Newt Gingrich said on Fox News.
We ought to pass a law immediately that makes this kind of hacking subject to a death penalty. And the law should include a provision that the president, through a judicial process, should be able to order the killing of anybody overseas who's doing this.
I think that this makes us look so weak that somebody can just hack in and stop that much gas from going across the country from Texas to New Jersey. But I don't know, is Newt Gingrich overreacting, or what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think Newt needs to hold his nukes up a little bit, right, in this case. So, I mean, first of all, we don't even know if it's Russia. It's a Russian hacking group. We don't even know if that's accurate, right? So I don't know if we want to like poke the bear as in Russia and like start pointing fingers at them and then have Newt Gingrich go all over world news and say, let's just go overseas and kill people. I don't know if that's the best idea to handle this.
Jeff, I'm going to push back. I think we just start killing people and then we'll figure it out. We'll figure out who we shouldn't have killed. You can't, like, that kind of stuff is barbaric and it's just to get headlines. It's ridiculous, but the sad thing is a lot of people will look at that as a solution. Another solution will be us to invest in things like our infrastructure, which is included in, to make sure that not only our bridges secure, but also we see how important like our cybersecurity is. But instead, we spend money on things like let's build more bombs to kill these people we don't know who they are. Like let's walk before we run.
But one option also is to pay these people, but then you can have copycats that will request money a week later, a month later, a year later, and keep doing this. And I think the U.S. just looks crazy and weak to me if we pay them.
But I think isn't our like saying like we don't negotiate with terrorists, and this is in some sort of terrorism, right? So I don't think we should pay them.
I feel you, but I think that it's not directly affecting you. You're a big boxing fan. Canelo Alvarez, probably the best boxer on the planet right now. His family member was kidnapped a couple years ago, and he paid them. And he got his family member back. A lot of people that go across seas, that is a way to make money. That's what the Captain Phillips was about, was it not? You know, so it does work. So I think it's easier to sit at DBL studios and say, I wouldn't pay, but like when they got Jordan, you're looking at your account like, here's what I can spend.
Yeah, but don't do that, Jeff. All right, listen.
We had a whole thing this morning. So I'm just kidding around.
We're continuing our movie theme. The next story is straight out of Revenge of the Nerds. Only this time, it features some well-known nerdy billionaires. We're getting some new details about a young Bill Gates from his biographer, which I can't believe. He claims that he was notorious for throwing naked pool parties with strippers he hired and for being a womanizer even after he met his future wife, Melinda Gates. Fellow billionaire Jeff Bezos is also making headlines for the $500 million he just splashed down for a new luxury mega yacht. The 412-foot boat that's being built as we speak is so big it needs a support yacht in its own helipad, according to Bloomberg. Meantime, Elon Musk is continuing to bask in the glow of his recent SNL performance, proving that he's not just a stellar CEO that runs companies like Tesla and SpaceX, but he also can rule the airwaves. If you put these three together and add in Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, they have a combined wealth of $574 billion. That's equal to the total value of all the goods and services made last year in Sweden. So how do you feel that all these people have so much power and influence? I have to just rewind and say that I separate nerds from like people who throw naked pool parties. I don't know why. I know Al's like men are just men if they want to do that, but like I don't see Bill Gates with allegedly a naked pool party full of women and womanizing his wife when he also has whiteboards lined out about should he get married or not.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Lindsay on this one, but sometimes I think when you have that much money, you just do what other people you think they want, right? Let's just have some girls there. Let's make it look like I'm a real popular person, even though I'm paying everyone that's here.
Yeah, you know what, Jeff? I think you're really just giving nerds a lot of credit here. Nerds are dudes, at least the ones we're talking about, these 4 men, and you don't get a 412-foot mega yacht for your homies. That's for women, all right? You're trying to get attention from women. The power that money gives allows women to come onto your yacht. They are no different than any other guy that's sitting next to you on the stool at Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't know why we look at them differently just because they can make some computer programs.
Do you guys think it's crazy that just 4 men combined have that much wealth? That it's like a wealth of a whole entire nation?
You know, I think a lot of people, like on a serious note, want that redistributed, right? Because they have so much money. But when I look at that number, this is the first thing I thought of. I thought it was actually going to be more.
Me too.
When I look at that number and I see those 4 guys only have $500 million in our country is giving out trillions of dollars as we speak, and unemployment and things like that.
Well, they have $500 billion combined. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but we're so far in debt as a country, as a government. We're trillions of dollars in debt, and even these guys can't even pay it off. Remember Ross Perot at one time was going to pay off our national debt when he ran for president? These 4 guys combined can't even come close to paying off our national debt.
Well, Jeff, that's what happens when you get into a 25-year war in Afghanistan, which no one knows what was the purpose of, how it ended, what we're doing. We've made some pretty bad financial decisions in this country, but also I look at them and it reminds me of, like, you know, when the Rockefellers first came along, when oil was the big thing, when railroads were a big deal, the people that were on the precipice of that and got to get there first, like Bill Gates did with computers, and basically the world's going to run on that for the next 100 years, you're going to have that kind of money.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, we have to get to this Houston Tiger story because I have to go back to this. Texas Tiger King, like the story we talked about yesterday, that's our last film, Tiger on the Loose. So if you recall, there was a tiger prowling around a Houston neighborhood over the weekend, and now it's gotten out. And there was even a confrontation with a man holding a gun to the tiger as it was about to pounce. Eventually, another man came and took the tiger back inside. Now that man has been arrested after a short police chase. It turns out he currently is out on bond after being charged in an unrelated murder. But get this. Yeah, it's crazy. But get this. He's saying that through his lawyer, the cat is not even his. Meantime, the tiger is still missing. Nobody knows where it is. So if you're wondering, do tigers make good pets? Here's what the head of the Humane Society said about it on the Today Show.
It is incredibly inhumane to have tigers in your house.
I'm glad we got a professional to clear that up.
I can't even say a word. Like, Texas allows tigers, apparently. I don't know. I need to read more into this. But, like, what is going on? I said the same question yesterday. It's not a real question, but I don't understand this story.
So there's a number, I don't know how true it is, but there's 3,000 to 5,000 tigers in captivity in Texas alone, and there's only 3,800 tigers in the rest of the world that are free. So there's more tigers in population than there are in the whole world.
Yeah, I mean, this is where we are. First of all, you can't say the tiger is not yours when you come out and get it like that and take it back inside.
And put it in the car.
That's your tiger, whether you know it or not. Whenever you walk it back in the house, that's yours now. Like, look, we have to be honest about what's going on here. Something was going on in that house. There's a random, unrelated murder attached to this young man.
We just skipped over that.
Yeah, something is going on with this gentleman, and it's just like, that's why it's like they always say it's these quiet suburban communities. It's like, that's why I live in the city, dog. Because at least the city, our stuff's out in the open.
Just so you know, it's an alleged murder. We don't know this man has not been convicted of murder. He might be a murderer.
No, he's got a tiger. He did it. I'm going on a limb.
Oh, man.
I'm kidding.
Coming up on DBL, we're catching up with Dukes of Hazzard heartthrob John Schneider, and our medical expert, Dr. Pyle Coley, is tackling the latest COVID-19 headlines. Don't go away.
Closed captioning provided by...
If you really don't need gasoline, you can get clever to conserve fuel. Let's connect the dots. AAA says plan ahead. Get multiple errands done in one trip. Experts also say if your family has more than one car, make a conscious effort to use the one that's most fuel efficient. Another simple way to conserve gas, take out any unnecessary bulky items like roof racks. The heavier your car is, the more energy it uses. And finally, experts say limit how much you use your air conditioning. It takes a lot of energy for your car to keep your air conditioning compressor running. If you don't want to forego the AC, because let's be honest, we live in the Carolinas, you can also opt for smaller changes. Park your car in the shade or use a windshield sunscreen. That way, your car doesn't have to work quite as hard and you get to keep your tank full. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Welcome back to DBL. With each passing week, even more developments push us closer towards the end of the pandemic. Dr. Payal Kohli joins us live, and today we want to get your take on some of the latest news. So the FDA just authorized the Pfizer vaccine for people ages 12 through 15 for emergency use. That makes it the first shot for anyone under 16. So Dr. Kohli, what else can you tell us about this development? Is this a huge step towards a normal life?
You guys, this is a huge step towards normalcy. So what we're seeing is that as we got our older adults vaccinated, the virus found a new host. And what we're seeing now is that almost 1 in 4 cases are in children. So the virus has shifted to our children. So the kids have essentially become a reservoir for the virus. So without vaccinating the kids, there is no way we could have kicked this virus's butt. So I'm really excited about this development because I think it's symbolic of the fact that we're winning this fight. And now with getting our kids vaccinated, we'll get them back to summer camps, back to school, back to get-togethers, back to all the things that make our life so fulfilling. So Al, I have to ask you, you have some adolescent kids. I know some parents are hesitant. Are you going to get your kids vaccinated if this gets authorized by Thursday?
You know what, Doc, just to show you how hesitant I am, I just want to pull this text up from last night at 7:49 p.m. I texted FDA authorizes Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for adolescents, and my ex just texted back, woohoo. So yes, we are definitely getting these kids vaccinated. I want to get them back to life. I want them to enjoy their young lives. We only get to be young 12, 13 once, so I don't want them in the house worried about some disease. And with that,
good choice, Al.
Yes, I'm gonna make sure they have fun. You know, they've dealt with this enough. It's time to move on. Speaking of moving on, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson just relaxed social distancing restrictions, including overnight stays for singles, which is way to just take all the steam out of that. He's basically saying casual sex. What does this mean for Great Britain? Do you think that's a good thing to okay overnight stays?
You know, I have to tell you, I've never been a fan of endorsing casual sex, but I will say that this is a positive development because it's really a sign that life is coming back to normal because of those vaccines. And we're seeing that as the uptake of vaccination increases in the UK, they've been struggling for so long with that variant. Their cases are coming down, their death numbers are in single digits. And so this is, to me, really a sign that we're headed in a positive direction. Now, I do want to warn all the Brits, if you are going to have casual sex, one very important question to ask, in addition to asking what you like to do in your free time, is whether or not your partner has been fully vaccinated.
Yes, and what's your last name is also a good one.
And Dr. Kohli, we're so looking forward to the idea that we maybe be able to get together this summer with everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Please.
Yes, let's do this.
So thank you so much, Dr. Kohli. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Doc.
nearly 110 million people.
The Colonial Pipeline is one of the country's main sources of fuel. Its closure could affect your summer travel. Let's connect the dots. The Colonial Pipeline runs from Texas to New Jersey. It carries more than 2.5 million barrels of fuel every day. That's everything from gasoline to heating oil to jet fuel. It's responsible for almost half of the entire East Coast fuel supply. So what's this mean for you? Experts say rising gas prices are a real concern. Anytime there's a supply issue, prices are likely to surge. But there could also be major impacts to air travel. The Colonial Pipeline provides jet fuel to Charlotte Douglas International. More Americans are vaccinated and traveling, increasing that demand. Experts say we could really start feeling these effects if the pipeline remains shut down for 5 days. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. John Schneider was a household name and teen heartthrob. I know something about that. Thanks to his breakout role as Bo Duke on the hit 80s TV show, The Dukes of Hazzard. We were lucky enough to catch up with John earlier from the road in today's Chatting with the Stars.
I just thought that maybe for once I'd found myself a real man.
Well, lady, maybe for once you have. Carl, you just put that money away till after they make that jump on Saturday.
Well, you can't do that.
Something we're gonna have to find out now, isn't it? And maybe me and the little lady here have something nice to talk about.
Woo! Welcome back to DBL. We all remember John Schneider from his breakout role as Bo Duke in The Dukes of Hazzard. And since the 80s, John hasn't stopped for a minute. John joins us live from the road on his way to Tennessee. Hey, John.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
How's your road trip going?
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here, by the way. I've enjoyed watching and listening to all of your stuff.
You fit right in, John. You're going to have to come join our panel one of these days. Now, you were considered a heartthrob in the 80s, of course. In fact, little known fact, one of our producers confessed that she had a poster of you on her wall growing up. So we got to ask you, who was on your wall when you were young?
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Who was on my? There was a poster. I don't know the woman's name, but it was called the Ski Bunny, and there was a woman skiing somewhere in Colorado that was in. She had ski poles, and that was about all she was wearing.
Poster. Wait, John, I'm being told that we have the poster. Do we really? Do we?
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, we have
that's not
poster. Now, you do look handsome. That is the poster on our producer's wall.
Oh, but that poster, yes.
I wanted to see the ski bunny, the snow bunny.
I'm going to maybe Google it after. I'm not
Well, the ski bunny was pretty amazing. But, you know, I also had, you know, I did have a couple of Snap-on tool posters. You know, I've been a car guy forever, and Snap-on tools and, you know, girls wearing leather boots and bikinis, somehow that makes you tune a carburetor better. Still to this day.
Right.
So, John, you got the role. John, you got the role as Bo Duke when you were 18 years old. That had to be crazy. Did you have any idea that the Dukes of Hazzard would be what it is today?
I didn't think it was going to be canceled and shunned by a very small, loud, obnoxious part of our culture. But I did, you know, I was 18 years old. I didn't know I was going to be here this many years forward. But when Dukes of Hazzard was king of television, and remember, folks, that's when we had 3 networks, 3 channels. That was it. That little show right there you're looking at averaged 28 million people a week watching it.
Well, John, you've just done so much, and just to show our viewers how much you've done, you've also released a country album called Truck On, and we have a clip of the video for the song Truck On. Everybody, take a look.
Oh.
Keep moving on as the world stands still. Wake on, now you got the Rolling Stone. Truck on, truck on, truck on.
Truck on.
I'm into it.
That just seems like that's like seems like a perfect, like you're playing pool in like an old school bar, and that song comes on with good friends.
Or you're traveling across the United States like you seem to be doing.
In a cool RV.
In a cool RV, yeah. And those clips there, other than the guitar playing, that's me and my band. But the clips are from our movie Stand On It, which is our tribute to Smokey and the Bandit. After that movie came out, and once Dukes of Hazzard came out, Burt Reynolds and I became very good friends. And I promised that one day I would do what I could to bring, a guy in a hot car, who drove like nobody else, back to the big screen. So that's what we did. We are independent. We release our films ourselves at, here's my plug, JohnSchneiderStudios.com. We have our own streaming platform. It's called Cineflix, DOD. We are totally independent. We don't sell out. We don't want to. We are not looking for any big stores or any big companies to come and save us from independent thought, because I am an independent thinker, an independent entertainer, and I love every minute of what I do.
Awesome.
And so should you, by the way, because you all are great.
Thanks. Yeah, that's the future, what you're doing, John.
John, we love it. We're real friends. I appreciate you saying that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here.
I can tell that you all are real friends. That's terrific.
Because when you tease someone, you know that you really love them.
That's right.
John's new album, Truck On, is out now. To keep up with all of John's projects, visit, as he said, JohnSchneiderStudios.com.
And John, when you come out to Colorado, we're going to find ski poles for you.
Yes.
We're going to find her.
Love it, love it, love it. You look that up. Somewhere out there, that poster exists.
You better
Thank you,
believe
everybody.
it.
You take care. It was a pleasure being here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Verify exists to clear up misinformation and answer your questions, big and small, about the coronavirus pandemic. One viewer named Carol asked us, quote, what metrics will determine when the pandemic is over? Is there a data target of sorts? So let's verify. What does it mean for a pandemic to end?
Pandemics don't end in a bang, but in a whimper.
That's our first source, Dr. Stephen Kissler with the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. And one way that the pandemic could end is simply that there's no more COVID. SARS-CoV-2 just stops spreading. But our experts say that this one is pretty unlikely.
So instead, what I think we'll be looking for is something where COVID poses a similar risk on a population level as other things that we're familiar with. Flu is another really good example here.
Dr. Linda Nabha, an infectious diseases expert from the University of Pittsburgh, agrees.
Infection rate, hospitalizations, and deaths are sort of the 3 major endpoints we look at, in addition to what we've talked about before is herd immunity.
Herd immunity is when enough of the population has been vaccinated to protect those who haven't been. And really, our experts say that the end of the pandemic will depend on where in the world you live. Here's an example. Let's take these 2 infectious diseases, HIV and tuberculosis. The WHO says that 1.5 million people still die from TB every year. And in 2019, almost 700,000 people died of HIV-related causes. Dr. Kissler believes that they're both still pandemics, but they're mostly affecting low to middle income countries.
I think that may be what we transition into, where under some definitions, SARS-CoV-2 will continue to be a pandemic.
So we can verify that we'll watch for infections, hospitalizations, and deaths to go down in order to reach some sort of end. But when that end is going to depend on where you live. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
If you've spent the past year doing any home improvement projects, it could help lower your insurance rates. We're chatting about it in today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. Home improvement projects that reduce the chance of property damage or burglary will save you money. We're talking about things like a new roof or security system. Kitchen upgrades can make a difference too. Plumbing and electrical renovations can reduce the risk of flooding and fire, which can lower your premium. Sometimes home insurance can also help pay for repairs or cover damage resulting from poor contract work. And certain upgrades will increase the value of your home, like a swimming pool. We've made it easy when it comes to quality and affordable insurance. The Bucks got your back. I've been waiting to say that. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. Call The Hartford at 1-800-684-6085 or visit thehartford.com to learn more.
Yeah.
All right, can we talk about this tiger story one more time?
Yes.
Yeah, what did you want to get
I don't know. What do you guys think? You think the guy's going to go to jail? I mean, he already has some charges pending against him.
But, I mean, he clearly wasn't in jail up to this, and it's not illegal to have a tiger in Texas. We're going to send 3,000 other people to jail, right?
Yeah.
What was that number?
Yeah, whatever it is between there. They're just estimated between 3,000 and 5,000 somewhere. And we're not even talking about the Everglades. We were talking about in the break.
Yeah.
People are just letting animals go, and it's killing the whole ecosystem. So between Texas and Florida, we need to start thinking about passports for those states.
We got big problems. DBL is new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, guys.
Thank you.